Welcome to my Royal Court family. Today, we will be reviewing REN, his debut rap album, Sick Boy, track number 4, Money Game Part 3. Let's do this. What's up, everybody? My name is King Freddy, and I'm ready to bust up in this like confetti. Today, we're going to continue on the REN album review train for Sick Boy. Today, we're going to be reacting to track number 4, Money Game Part 3. But before we get started, if you have not yet joined my Royal Court family, you can do that right now by hitting the subscribe button down below, ringing the notification bell so you can receive all the notifications for all of my videos delivered directly to you. REN, step up to the plate. Let's do this. Let's do this. Dude, this video was crazy, but today we're going to be reacting to just a song. You know what I'm saying? REN is always an amazing fucking piano player, bro. This dude can play any fucking instrument. Even if he's never played it before, he could pick it up and play it. He'll learn it quickly. I like how Genius Lyrics says in the beginning it's piano and a yodeling intro. Is that really considered yodeling?
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, give me. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents pay for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14.
So far, dude, like, when I was hearing this in the video, it was one thing, but now just like listening to him professionally perform it, like on a recorded version, it's even crazy. It's like the first words out of his fucking mouth, out of Jimmy's mouth, right, at 1 year old, is not mommy, it's not daddy, it's not dada, you know, it's not even no, nah, nah. It's mine, gimme. Now, there's a lot of kids, because they don't have the capacity to do any different, that they are like that, you know what I'm saying? But for it to be his first fucking words, that means genetically, DNA-wise, he was predispositioned to be greedy, right? Before his father even said anything to him, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that by 5 years old, his dad was like, listen, here, son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man? This motherfucker is 5. A man who works for what he wants. Now, this is something that you can tell your fucking teenager, right? Your 12-year-old, your 13-year-old, your 14-year-old. But at 5, At fucking 5? That's crazy. And of course, this dude obviously has the genetics to be intelligent and, you know, incredibly intelligent. Like, he has the IQ and the skills that he was born with, aside from the drive that his father, the hard work drive that his father is instilling in him. He's born with the smarts to be, you know, to start reading and writing and to be the top of the bunch. You know, by 7, he's like the #1 student. By 8, he's having unusual grades. You know what I'm saying? And then by 9, they've put him in a private school to nurture the flame, you know? So, and then by the time he's like, or throughout the time when he was 10, 11, 12, and 13, his dad's continuously telling him, son, money is a means to an end. Money is a means to an end. Money is a means to an end. It's like he's hearing that for the next 4 years, right? Money is a means to an end. Money is a means to an end. He's getting that just drilled into him every fucking day. That's crazy. It's not like, when you read this, it's not like at, you know, 13, his daddy tells him that. It's like, no, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's like money is a means to an end. Every fucking year, every fucking day, right? So yeah, that's fucking wild.
And his parents pay for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends in the sands. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematic equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocol. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 9.
That's fucking crazy, bro. Like, people aren't just given. You can't outwork 150 IQ. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that you can work for. You can work hard and probably increase your IQ by a little bit. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of constant tutoring and studying and private lessons. You know what I'm saying? But at 15, to have an IQ of 150, that's something you have to be fucking born with. You know what I'm saying? And at 16, the fact that he's able to develop this complex software code, you know what I'm saying, that he eventually sells the next year later, you know what I'm saying, that makes him practically a millionaire, you know? To where, like, at 18, his dad's like, now you're a man. Now you're a man. Is he a man because he's 18, or is he a man because he's practically a millionaire, right? Because you, obviously, you know, in our culture, you're a man when you become 18, but I'm thinking about it from the mind of his father. Is his father saying that he's a man because he knows that his son just turned 18, or is he saying he's a man because he's practically a millionaire? I think it's because he's practically a millionaire. He doesn't give a fuck about the age. You know what I'm saying? And so, because the fact that the next thing he tells his son is, this world doesn't give a damn about you, which is true. So take all that you can. That's fucking crazy. I mean, it's true. It sucks, because that is true. If you don't take what you need or what you want, no one's just going to give it to you. But at the same time, it's like, you're raising your son to be a fucking monster. And it's not enough for you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't already seem like it's enough for you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like he's already practically a millionaire, but you're like, still, you have to take all that you can. You know? It's crazy.
In the share, not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns to profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposit. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy told him, listen here, son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 20.
Did you hear how that piano fucking sped up in the middle of that piece? Right? That snippet? That's crazy. So 19, it's already turning profits. He's already investing. You know, his shares skyrocket. 21, his income rockets even further. And then he learns that, dude, the truth is overrated and it's the biggest obstacle to wealth, right? That if you just manipulate the data, then a lie will just sell itself. It's fucking crazy. And at 23, it kind of foreshadows what he's eventually going to do towards the latter part of his life, right? A life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. So he's already doing cocaine at 23. You know what I'm saying? And that's even at 25, his dad's like, 24, he makes the Forbes list. Then at 25, his dad's like, you know what? Listen here. Just because you're in that palace don't mean you're shit. You ain't shit, motherfucker. You didn't win. You know what I'm saying? And to hear that, after all of that success, to hear that from your own fucking flesh and blood, to tell you that, someone that you looked up to your entire fucking life, that's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. Let's do it.
Style cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy told him, listen here, son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. And now he's 30, his daddy says, you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place.
So he's already been in the Senate. He's already advised the president of the United States. And now he's 30. He's done all of that before the age of 30. He hits 30 and his dad's like, you're not even winning the race. You're just a servant. You're not even in second place. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's like, fuck you and fuck your accomplishments. It's not good enough. You still suck. You're still a piece of shit. That's basically what he as a father, you don't even have to say that. But by saying what you are saying, or by saying what he is saying, he's basically telling him that. Because that's what his son is going to hear. Right? At the end of the day, that's what his son is going to hear.
He bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. And now he's 30. His daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval. Moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, tough war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the popo inside of his pocket.
That's fucking crazy, dude. Like, to win his daddy's approval, he makes a huge maneuver by starting to do imports out of Cuba, or exports out of Cuba, right? By 32, now he's moving grams and growing kilos to tons. He's filling warehouses with powder and guns. Like, now he's not even legit anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now, being legit is not even enough anymore to make as much money as he can possibly make, right? To please his father. So he feels like, if I really want to make the bucks, I can further expand this by going illegit, by doing illegal acts, right? And he's already paid off the police. You know, it's a turf war, and ain't nobody gonna stop it because he's paid off the police. The police are in his pocket.
Filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, tough war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the popo inside of his pocket. 35, he gets a call. I'm sorry, son, it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone.
Right there, 35. He loses the opportunity or the chance to ever receive any praise from his father. Any sign that his father, you know, approves of everything he approves of his success, right? Because his father dies, heart attack, 35, he's gone. So he's never going to, you know, win his daddy's approval now. It's too late. So he now feels, up until this point, he's felt like a failure. and now he no longer ever has the opportunity to turn that around. Hypothetically. or literally, right?
His pocket. 35, he gets a call. I'm sorry, son, it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing this product. 37.
I like that, getting pissed up. That has to be a UK term. Basically getting drunk, getting high, getting fucked up on your own product. But just the fact that I've never heard any American say that, you know what I'm saying, getting pissed up. In fact, when I first watched the video, I thought he was saying he's getting pissed off, but no, it's pissed up. Just love it.
35, he gets a call. I'm sorry, son, it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing this product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon.
Right there. He was already doing cocaine at 28, right? And now he's been abusing his product. He's been getting drunk and high. But now he's even chasing the dragon. He's doing heroin, man. That's fucking crazy.
This product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words still driving him to kill and devour. He makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
Karma has a way of coming back around and slapping you up in your face. You know that? And when she comes back around, she's going to be the biggest bitch ever. And it's unfortunate because he did not need to go in this path. Everything he's done since he became an adult, right, is his fault. Everything he's done from age 1 to 18 to 17, I'd say that's his father's fault. I blame his father for that. He put his son on this path. And his son, instead of just realizing that your father is a piece of crap and he's never going to be somebody that you can please, and your job isn't to please him. Your job is to please yourself. You know what I'm saying? And to do something that you feel good about. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that he didn't realize that, and he failed to realize that, to recognize that, and that he continued, you know, full speed ahead down this fucked up path, the rest of that stuff is his fault. Up until this point, he is his, you know, from 18 to this point, all of that is his fault, not his father's.
Retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck. Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, give me. 41, he wasn't walking. 42, not walking quickly. 43, never running round the pavements of his city. 44, inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble and perspective evolves.
Now we're coming full circle. He's 40. And back when he was 1, he was screaming out words like mine, mine, give me. Now he's cursing words like mine, mine, give me. 41, he's not walking anymore. 42, he's not walking quickly anymore like he used to. He doesn't have a spring in his step. He doesn't have any step. 43, he's not even running around the pavements of his city. Just to be young, wild, and free again. It doesn't even have to mean literal walking, literal running, like physically running around the pavements of a city. Just to be young and free and unshackled from these burdens, from having to play this fucking stupid ass money game. He's not doing that anymore. Right? And there's no turning back now. It's too late. It's too late for him. You know? Now he's 44 and he's inside his palace. He's stuck in this prison of his own making. Yeah, he's surrounded by mountains of gold, but what's it all worth? You're lonely, you're alone, you don't have no friends, you don't have a wife or a husband, right? A significant other, right? You don't have any children. Like, who the fuck are you? What good does it, does it do for you to have all this money but nobody to share it with? Nobody to have your back. Nobody to show you and give you the love that you probably never got, that you didn't get from your own parents.
Running round the pavements of a city, 44, inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside a cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music.
The production value on this is fucking amazing. And it's so simple, right? It's not an intricate instrumental or anything like that. But just going back to what he was saying, it's like those riches turn to rubble when your perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. What's a Lamborghini for a life? Trading money for souls. And that's what happens when you follow the code. That's what happens when you play the money game. That's what happens when you stick your hand in the cookie jar and take more than what you need. Right? And this entire story is just an over-exaggeration of everybody. It's an over-exaggeration of Ren, me, you, her, him, she, everybody. Because the way that we're living right now is just parasitic. Right? It's just parasitic. We're just consumers. That's all we are. We're just consumers munching away, chomping away at everything and everyone.
Version of you, there's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. We're hyperpolarized, we're always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we design.
And that's fact, because this isn't entertainment. It's the life that everybody's living on a day-to-day basis. And the way that we're living is fucking crazy as shit. And we are hyperpolarized, even with everything that's going on right now in the Middle East, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to pick a side. And when something happens, we all run to our fucking corners. We turn the fuck back around and start shouting at each other. It's not even a fucking chess match anymore. It's not even a fucking, rational boxing match even. It's just a shouting match. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that the truth itself is less important than the fucking money that we design. A piece of fucking paper. That we had to design multiple times over because every fucking country has a different looking piece of paper with different values. And those values were just inventions. Who gave those pieces of paper values? We did. Humans did.
The community, it declines. We're hyperpolarized, we're always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we design. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Board is an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. That leads to people killing each other. My solution?
It's true. Money is an invention. politics, borders, all of that came from our own ideas. Right? And all of that fuels the tension, you know, especially when it's like, you know, masked through the color of law and order, right? And all that it does is it leads to people killing each other over and over again. Always on repeat. Cycle in, cycle out.
Come from people's ideas. Did I mention board is an invention? Law and order fuel the tension that leads to people killing each other. My solution is everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains.
But we're not taught to use our brains. They don't want you to use your brains. They don't want somebody who can think for themselves. They don't want people who can figure out that they've been fucked over and dicked heavily 30 years ago. For over 30, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? And losing everything while the rich are just running out the back door with everything. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that.
Killing each other. My solution is everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. If we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me.
But that's what they want, right? That's what the public schools are designed for. Even private schools. And not just in America. In every fucking country. It's designed... You know, when I was going to school when I was a kid, the biggest thing people used to say is like schools are like akin to prisons. And I never quite understood it until I became an adult, which is true. You are bused there. You are expected to be there 8 hours out of a day. You have to go from, you know, cell to cell. And you have 30 minutes in the mess hall every day. And 30 minutes in the yard. Like a fucking inmate. And are they there to rehabilitate you? No, they're there to turn you into sheep. Because they don't want you thinking for your fucking self.
Utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. If we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside the Petri dish with cannibal minds.
I like the way he pronounces things. Like, here in America, we pronounce that Petri. He's like, Petri. I just have to say that, because I love the way he pronounces things and enunciates things, right? I just love it.
Before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside the Petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface, then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
Mold will grow upon the surface, and it consumes till it dies. Isn't that what the fuck we do? Isn't that all that we do? We start out as babies, and then we continue to grow, and as we grow, we're continuing to consume and consume and grow and consume and grow and consume and grow and consume and grow until what? Until we die. Either from someone else taking our lives, or from old age, or from one of our unhealthy habits. Overconsumption. In anything. Doesn't have to be food. Right? It's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Inside the Petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface, then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. 45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair. He's been drinking again. He has everything he wants. He has fortune and fame. Such a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. with a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
So he ends up taking his own life. He ends up unaliving himself. Because the last thing he hears is his father's voice. You're such a damn shame. And why? Because he's 45. He's deeply depressed. He's paralyzed. He can't walk. He doesn't have use of his legs. He doesn't have a family. He doesn't have a significant other. He doesn't have any kids. He doesn't have any friends. He's surrounded by all of this useless gold that he no longer wants for anything. So it's like, what could he possibly buy? Right? It's like, you can't spend his money on any cool cars because you can't drive. And even so, how many fucking cars, really? Are you going to have enough time to drive? Like, I love how all these rich people, a lot of the rich people people that started out being broke and then ended up becoming rich, and then they blow their money on like a garage full of cars. It's like, when the fuck are you ever gonna fucking drive those? That's not something, those aren't coins, motherfucker. Those aren't stamps. You don't collect them. Because they're just sitting there. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do with them? They're just, you're just staring at them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, I like devices. I like technology. I like computers. I'm not just gonna buy a bunch of them and set them in the fucking room so I can stare at them and do nothing with them. Even if I had the money to do that. So yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame, and it did not need to go that way. But that's what happens when you play the money game, or some version of that. Right? REN. Always coming through with a message. And that's what we love about him. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me on this reaction adventure. I will continue on this REN album review train, reviewing the rest of Sick Boy. Next up is track number 5, Lost All Faith. And so, yeah, if you don't want to miss that, make sure you are a member of my Royal Family Court. If you're not a member of my Royal Family Court, you could do that right now by hitting the subscribe button down below, ringing the notification bell so you can receive all the notifications for all of my videos delivered directly to you. Like and share this video. Put a little King Freddy in somebody's life. Make their day just a little bit better. Just a little bit. Comment down below what you want to see me react to next. And if I have not seen it, obviously aside from the rest of this album, if I have not seen it, I will definitely check it out. Until next time,